This is game 3 of the Peril at the Pole tournament I attended, 3 out of 4. Scenario is Toy Factory. So far we've regrouped to our armies through the wilderness of the Pole. We've captured elves who had items or tried to get indication, and they pointed us to the Toy Factory. The Toy Factory contains toys. When you charge factory, you get into the factory if you can, if you have the troops to do so. You will get a toy randomly or nothing randomly, as well as a number of wounds per magic phase, so both magic phases, yeah. So twice per turn you can get a toy or you can get wounded. If you're engaged in a toy factory in a combat and you lose, you are moved 1 inch away regardless of leadership. So you do not roll leadership, you do not roll moral check. If you lose the combat resolution, you are evicted literally from the toy factory. The objective, of course, of the scenario is to get as many toys as possible, so the winner is the one at the end of the game who has the most toys. This game I am playing a well-experienced tournament player, apparently, as my club members told me later on. He has a very good, well-painted army and is very deadly, as you will see. I apologize for some glare on the picture. From the left of the screen, he's got a unit of Empire handgunners, skirmishers. He's got a hero on a Pegasus. He's got then 5 Empire Knights. I'm not sure he had the special ones, but they're much better than the Bretonnians ones anyway. Behind that, he's got a cannon. He's got a unit of 35 halberdiers. In front of them are his level 1 of fire and his level 1 of shadow. And the warrior priest. On the right of the block of halberdiers, in the wall, he's got 5 outriders, flying proxy models, a hellblaster, oh joy, 9 swordsmen, and some more handgunners. For my deployment, clearly and because of the scenario, I'm putting my men-at-arms in a 10x4 formation in front of the toy factory. On the right of the men-at-arms is my lance of 8 knight-errants with my BSB and my general. And then on the hill, trying to take the hellblaster, is my bus of Knight of the Realm. Behind the knight-errants is one of my trebuchet. On the other side of the table, on the left of the men-at-arms, is my unit of questing knights, my Pegasus knights, and my other trebuchet. For magic, he rolls but gets the signature spells of shadow and fire. For my spell, I get Pan's Impenetrable Pelt and Transformation of Cannon again. At the end of the deployment phase, I move my Pegasus Knight forward as their vanguard move to try to block his Pegasus Lord. Guess what happens? Bretonnians spray, Empire turn 1. He charges his Pegasus hero onto my Pegasus Knight. I'm thinking I can take that, I've got a lot of resilience, lots of attacks. He then moves his wings forward. He moves also his block of halberds forward towards the toy factory and leaves everything back because he's got a lot of shooting to do. Oh yeah, his knight moves a little bit too. In the magic phase, he casts Miasma on my knight errant and then casts Fireball, but miscasts and gets a 10, so he's pretty lucky on this one. In the shooting phase, I'm considering myself lucky. He miscasts with the cannon. And then it starts combat phase, the Peg hero versus my Peg Knight. My Peg Knight fluff, do not much, he wins by 1. I fail my leadership check. I flee, he catches me. And now he's very well placed in front of my trebuchet. And this is where the rest of the game pretty much is a downhill slippery slope for the Bretonnians. Just picture it. Running horses on wet cobbles and try to stop. What happens? Blam! they slide and they fall. Well, this is pretty much what I do the whole game. I mean, it's not my opponent's fault. He's playing very fast, but it's okay. I can take it. I just don't take much notes, so I don't take many pictures. But it's good. I mean, we play that game in 1 hour. You'll see, it's very fast. Sometimes you don't have luck with the dice. Sometimes you don't have luck with the dice, and your opponent is much better. Sometimes you don't have luck with the dice, your opponent is much better, and he's got a lot of tournament experience. And I fall into the later case.
Wax on, right hand. Wax off, left hand.
The thing is, at this stage, I don't know it yet. So, Bretonnian turn 1. I'm turning the questing knights to provide support with the trebuchet. You never know. They could survive the hero on a peg and maybe charge him in the flank next turn. I'm charging the men-at-arms into the toy factory. May as well get some point. On my right flank, I move up my Knight of the Realm to take care of his Hellblaster and maybe his handgunners, or do a flank charge on the swordsman. In the shooting phase, one of my trebuchet makes me proud. Direct hit on the Hellblaster, but I roll a 2 to wound. And I roll 2 wounds. So the Hellblaster leaves on. And I forgot to mention magic, because he dispels everything. In his turn 2, my opponent, with his Empire army, carries on to destroy me and my hopes of a win. His peg hero charges the trebuchet. In his magic phase, he's level 1 of fire, casts fireball into the men-at-arms in a building. You don't want to have units in a building on fire, so I scroll that. And then in his shooting phase, his cannon misfires again, which is great news. Then right there, the handgunners, the outriders, and the Hellblaster proceed to killing all but one of my Knight of the Realm models. And carries on, in combat phase, the peg hero kills the trebuchet. Doesn't allow me a chance to redeem myself. No. Kill trebuchet, overruns outside of the table, so he will not be charged by my questing knight next turn. Okay, I'm a bit pessimistic. Bretonnia turn 2. My lone Knight of the Realm champion charges the Hellblaster and succeeds. Here's some small victory. Yay! I'm facing the questing knight in front of his knight unit of 5. I'm moving my knight errant as well in support, but you see there's no space. I'm messing up my move. There's a big impassable terrain there at the bottom of the screen. I mean, clearly I'm shaky, the image is blurry. This is not going well. I'm not having any confidence or anything. Oh, I forgot to mention. So turn 1, I charged the toy factory. Rolled a 2. I get a single toy. His magic phase, I rolled a 1. No magic toy. My magic phase, I roll again a 1. No magic toy. So I'm losing out on at least 2 opportunities to get 2 points. So I only have 1 point instead of 3 rounds. Very unlucky. Of course, I can't move my my damsel cannot cast Transformation of Cadon where she is. She is in the unit, which part of is in the building, so it's not gonna work. So I end up casting Pan's Impenetrable Pelt on a bubble, which is not gonna help me much. In my shooting phase, my remaining trebuchet on the right misfires. In the combat phase, there's only one combat, that's the Knight of the Realm remaining champion versus his Hellblaster crew. I basically kill his crew, kill the Hellblaster over an 8. Not off the table, unfortunately, but small victories. Empire turn 3 goes so fast, I don't even have pictures. The halberd charged the toy factory. He then moves his outriders a bit forward and charges the unit of 5 knights into my questing knights. What did I say previous game? Yeah, do not let your knights charge. Well, I did it again. The magic phase, he double 1, so nothing happens. And in shooting phase, his cannon turns on the spot and snipes my remaining knight of the realm, who valiantly broke the Hellblaster, or destroyed it at least. Here's the pictures of the Outriders moving forward. So let me think this picture. Oh yeah, alright, so combat phase, his knights completely explode my questing knight. I do no wound, considering I've got strength 6 on my attacks. I do no wounds back. Then his halberdiers destroy my men-at-arms in the building, so I'm bumped out, he's in, and he's rolling for a toy, and he gets one. And as you can see on the picture, he killed my questing knight, and not only that, but overrun enough so he's not in my charge arc with my knight errants. Forgot to mention, his Pegasus hero came back on the table and is getting closer to deal with my second trebuchet. If you don't hear me talk about it anymore, it's because, well, he gets it, he does the deal, and then he goes for lunch because he has a hard day's work. It's not going well for Bretonnia this turn, it's not going well for me. So, turn 3 for me, I'm a bit desperate, don't know really what to do. The damsel is inefficient, I get this big spell I could do a lot with. I rolled it 3 times and I haven't been able to use it throughout the 3 games I played before. So I'm thinking, right, my knights are useless into the building, however I could use one of my characters and maybe do something to push him out. So I'm charging my BSB into the building. What the hell. I then decide to charge my damsel at the Outriders. It's a long charge, but I can make it. Unfortunately, he flees, and I don't catch it. He's stride, he rolls like a Swiss strider, not like my Pegasus Knight, and my damsel rolls something like a 3. So she sits in the lake. Oh look, damsel, lake, Bretonnia. Very fluffy indeed. In the magic phase, the plan comes to fruition. I'm trying to cast Transformation of Cadon, and I fail it again. In my combat phase, my BSB, I forgot what he did. He didn't die. I think I pushed him back. This is gonna happen. This is gonna be like that for the rest of the game. So I think I push him back every of my turn. I charge back in, etc. Then he comes back into the shop. Long story short, he gets into the toy factory. He doesn't roll a 1. He gets toys. He gets points for the victory. And as you can see on the bottom right there, his Pegasus Lord just got close enough to charge next turn. I think he will make it. Turn 4 for Empire. His Outriders, of course, rally, and they reshuffle this way. His Peg Hero charges my Trebuchet. He doesn't really need to do anything else, so he leaves his unit of knights sitting there. In the combat phase, he kills one of my Trebuchet crew, and I pass my moral check with the general leadership, who is in range. Now it dawns to me that not only I fail my charge with the damsel, I fail my overrun, but I overrun just enough to be outside of cover, so I'm in line of sight of his cannon. So he shoots, snipes the damsel. Thank God I passed my ward save. Then this is where my notes kind of gets a bit blurry, and so is my memory, and I don't have pictures to illustrate. So I believe on my turn 4 I charge the toy factory again. I end up pushing his unit of halberdiers away. I don't know what to do with my unit of knight errants, so I keep them there. I mean, it's so infuriating. Hindsight 2020, I know I could have done much better. And in magic phase, yet again, I failed to cast Transformation of Cadon on the damsel. Oh yeah, remember. Although I did not pass Transformation of Cadon, I did successfully cast Pan's Impenetrable Pelts, so my damsel has 4 attacks and has toughness 6. Empire turn 5, he charges the damsel with his swordsman and charges the factory again. I believe his cannon misfires and get destroyed. He's got no magic, he's got no shooting left. Well, guess he's not really needs to do anything. The combat with Damsel, he wins because he's got a musician. We fluffed, he couldn't wound me, I couldn't wound him. He wins because of the musician. I rolled a 9 on my leadership 8. Rolled 9. I rolled a 9 again with my BSB just next. Okay, fine. I got the unit of men at arms just next. I will bounce, hopefully get away. I roll, he overruns me, and then overruns into my knight of men at arms, so the damsel is dead. Yeah, that's a sad moment in my gaming. Again, sorry, no picture of it, but his Pegasus hero kills my trebuchet. In my turn 5, I'm thinking, okay, let's think secondary objectives. So I shift around my big unit of knight terrans and move it onto one of the terran pieces. If you control a terran piece, you get 2 points. So you never know. Yeah, you guessed, I'm desperate. Combat phase. The men at arms are steadfast, they don't kill the swordsman. The BSB wins the combat again, pushes the halberdiers out of the toy factory, and that's pretty much how the game ends. This is a very confusing report, I'm sorry. It should be really turn 6, was it turn 5, did we skip a turn? I don't know, it didn't make a difference, it would probably completely eradicate my army if we carried on playing anyway. Turned out that we had about half an hour spare after this game, so it was really fast paced, hence my confusion. It doesn't explicate my mistakes, it doesn't explain them. Very bad luck with the dice, very bad luck. The synergy bits I'm trying to do didn't work. Yeah, it was a tough army to play against. He was a good player, very good player. I mean, I see what a real competitive tournament players can be, opponents can be. It's tough. You need to be prepared. You need to play fast. You need to know what you're gonna do. 2 step ahead at a time. I'm trying to play this way, but you know, I'm trying to enjoy the game as well. So I'm trying to, I guess I'm playing reactively with a plan, and the grand strategy, and so on. So, yeah. Enjoy the game? Yeah, I did. I did learn a lot. The few bits and pieces I get wrong in terms of rules again. It wasn't critical, but still, my opponent helped me out. And it was nice to see or to play against one very competitive player. It was very interesting. I'm not sure this is the way I want to be. However, if I go to tournaments, I have to be prepared to face this type of players. I thank my player. I hope you enjoy the game. And here are the results. So in the end, I end up with 2 toys. He's got 3. He wins by 1. So I've been able to push him back with my BSB all this time. If I didn't roll 2 ones in a row, and I roll something else than a 2 on my first turn, I would have won the scenario. Shame. Anyway, so he's got 15, I got 5. And then you add all the bonus secondary objective, he ends up with 23 to 5.